Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kevin O'Brien. I'm from New York, from the city. For undergrad, I went to NYU and I majored in biology. Right after undergrad, I pursued a 2-year biology fellowship in Abu Dhabi. And there, I also was able to help out with undergraduate admissions. Then I transitioned to vet school at the University of Pennsylvania School of Veterinary Medicine. I was lucky in that for all 4 years, I was a student admissions representative. So they only choose 6 of us per year. And that's also where I fell in love with anatomic pathology. So I left for the United Kingdom, where I went to the Royal Veterinary College in London to pursue both my anatomic pathology residency as well as my master's degree. And there is also where I got some experience with admissions. I got to help out with interviewing students as well. And then after residency, I moved back to Philadelphia, where I pursued my fellowship in comparative pathology back at Penn. And after my fellowship, I transitioned to faculty here. What's really nice about what I do now is I am back at Penn's vet school, so I'm full circle, and I am now an assistant professor of comparative pathology. So with that, I get to teach the veterinary students of all years. I teach anatomic pathology residents, as well as the clinical pathology residents and the laboratory animal medicine residents. And I love having all of that diversity. I love teaching. It's why I'm back in academia. I basically examine upwards of 25 to 30 different species of animals we have here on campus, from different types of fish, frogs, mice, monkeys, pigs, ferrets, all the things. And I get to work with them, and specifically as a pathologist, I figure out if they're ill, what's the diagnosis by performing an autopsy, or I interpret biopsies. I use my microscope a lot. And then we have a nice working relationship with the Philadelphia Zoo. So they'll also send me, weird and wonderful cases like jaguars and penguins and emus, whatever animals come in. So during vet school, I was able to be one of the 6 admissions representatives for my class, which was great because I love, helping students out and being there to see, what the new class is going to be like that I'll, get to work with as a classmate. I was also part of a lot of clubs, but personally I was head of the pathology club and the lab animal medicine club, and those were exciting for me. In terms of awards, when I moved on to residency, because we had to do a master's research project along with our residency program, I received a few awards, travel grants for conferences, or, poster prizes at those conferences. For me, personally, I find that just keeping an open mind and staying positive go a long, long way. I think that vet school is going to be tough. You might be used to being a top student in high school and in your undergrad, and vet school may not be the same case for you, not for everyone. It's definitely a more challenging workload. However, the most important thing is to not get bogged down by all of those feelings. Stay positive, rely on your classmates, form study groups. That was a tremendous help to me and to a lot of my classmates in vet school. Also, just staying positive. I think a good attitude never hurts anyone. So yes, those are my pieces of advice for thriving in vet school. I think for me, having both the experience of being a vet student at Penn at a top tier institution and now being on the other end and being a faculty member, I think it's great that I can see both sides of an application now and be able to give you as a student, a prospective student, more well-rounded advice and exactly what we're looking for on the application standpoint, as well as I can give you advice and empathize what it's like to be applying for vet school, what it's like to be finishing your VMCAS application and getting all your activities in order and writing your application. So I completely understand both sides of the application process now, and I think that's going to be very helpful for prospective vet students to have that experience. I love setting up a welcoming, non-judgmental, stress-free environment. I do that where I can for our vet students. I do that every time I can for when I teach the residents that I have in my department. I think that is the most helpful I can be. So for me, I love keeping everyone kind of like a nice, easy, comfortable environment. I like to inject humor into a lot of things. So for me, I just feel like people prepare better, people function better when they feel more at ease. And so that's the impression I want to give you. I get a rush from helping vet students. I love academia. I've always had an interest in helping out prospective students. I have 10 years of experience with admissions, both interviewing and reading applications. So for me, I love it. I love meeting the future generation for vet students. I love seeing, the excitement and, how I can best help you get into a great school. That's my top goal. And that's what I love about it.